Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. That is what I'm talking about. Oh, that makes me feel so good, dude. I'll go ahead and send this community post real quick. Let everyone who isn't in here already right at the start, if there is anyone in here at the first point. Okay, cool. Oh. What the hell's going on there, but... Alright. How we feeling? I'm feeling pretty good, guys. I'm feeling pretty freaking good, dude. Oh my gosh. This thing is awesome. I am so happy how this thing went out today. Oh. Man. Oh. Guys, this was awesome. Start to finish, this was a fun game. A little stressful at times, but especially at the beginning. Actually, I'm going to keep the fan on here. Let me know if the sound of the fan gets annoying or overtakes my voice a little bit. But man, how about them Bears? Oh, I am so amazing. Oh, that's awesome. Let's see. Yeah. Nah, I'm going to have a good week this week, man. I'm going to have a good week. Oh. Man, I can't stop watching right now. Oh. All right. Let's see. There's a lot of tweets that I end up liking. I think this is probably a good spot to start, as liking some, showing you guys some things, right? Yeah. Well, here, I'll show you guys this first because before we go really deep into the Bears talk, I want to give a shout out to this week of football. What the hell was this? In the span of about 10 minutes, Eagles block a game-winning kick and take it in for a touchdown to seal a win. The Packers have a block kick end up turning into a game-winning field goal for Cleveland. And then the Jets block a kick and return it for a touchdown to get the lead, only to lose right after. I mean, how crazy is this? That was about to spend 10 minutes real time. That was amazing. I gotta give credit where credit is due. But yeah, let's take a look. Oh, first off, here's a great starting point. Here's a little view of the, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. It's better. I don't have the whole window maximized. But, yeah, the Stevenson takeaway right at the beginning of the game. I got to give major props. A lot of people, including myself, are going to talk about how awesome the offense looked in this ball game. But I got to give major props to this defense. They tightened up, and after forcing, one takeaway, which ended up being a pick six in the first 2 games, they produced 4 in this one. Oh, man, that was nice. And it started, and this was like right, the Bears went 3 and out to open the day. That was not good. But then Tyreek Stevenson rips the ball out of Javonte Williams' hand. Yeah. And the Bears then scored a touchdown on that drive. And it kind of just slowly got more out of hand from there. Obviously resulting in the touchdown to Odunze. Yeah. That was sweet. I know, I was going into this like, okay, 3rd down, gotta convert. I know you're already in field goal range, but you gotta convert. And Caleb delivers a dart, perfect throw, right to Odunze. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Let's take a look at some of the box score stuff. Because this is just money. First off, got to give a shout out to Jake Ferguson. Had a hell of a game. 13 catches for the tight end. 82 yards. Was really the only reliable option for the Cowboys in this football game. Through the air, at least. They threw it 40 times. Dak threw for 251, a touchdown and 2 picks. Was sacked twice. But Caleb Williams, 19 of 28. 298 yards through the air. 2 yards away from the 300 passing game. 4 touchdowns, no picks. Over a 140 rating. And to me, I know he came up 2 yards short of 300 passing yards, but I'm looking at this as a 300-yard, 3+ passing touchdown day. Because that's pretty much what it ended up being. God, that was so much fun to watch. Him slinging the ball today was... Oh, I had so much fun. That was a great game to watch. It really wasn't until the first Edmonds pick. I'll be clarified. The first Edmonds pick that got bumped off of the hands of George Pickens. That's who it is. That's the only time, right? That's it so far. Hang on. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that was euphoria through the air. Oh my gosh. But yeah. How many receivers caught a pass? A lot. A lot's the number. 8. 8 different Bears caught passes today. Luther Burden leading the way. 3 catches for 101 yards and a touchdown. Roma Dudze, 3 catches. 62 yards and a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 3 catches for 45 yards. Loveland, 1 catch for 31 yards, though he did leave the game with a hip. Had a hip going on, so just the 1 catch, but it was a big catch nonetheless. Zacchaeus, 3 catches for 24. DJ Moore, despite only getting 21 yards to the air, led the team in reception with 4 of them, and he caught a touchdown. Cole Kmet caught a touchdown. They finally threw to Cole Kmet again. And then Kyle Monungai got in the receiving game as well, got a catch as well. Which, tell you what, running game was not great. Swift, despite having some volume, still only 2.5 yards per carry, which is just not going to cut it in this league. Monungai not much better, 2.7 per carry. 6 for 16 yards. But I'm just happy that they handed the ball off to Monungai more than once or twice in a game. I gave him a couple of carries, and I was very happy that that was the case. Zacchaeus got 1 carry. Burden got 1 carry, both on like jet sweep type plays. Williams scrambled a couple times. DJ Moore, they handed up the gut once or twice. That was weird. Again, but I like to see that the variety. There's a lot more variety in this offense. And I think that that's one of Ben Johnson's strengths. He utilizes the whole team. It's not just, okay, we have our top 2-3 guys that we're going to be throwing to on mostly every play. We got 4 guys, and there's 4 wide receivers and 2 tight ends that can catch passes. And then both the 2 running backs caught passes as well. But yeah, only the 1 fumble, and that was Tyreek Stevenson ripping it out of Javonte Williams' hand, which got to give a shout out to Tyreek Stevenson. He's come under a lot of flack over the last couple weeks, especially this week, after the bad performance that he had, to put it lightly, against the Lions, where he's allowing a perfect passer rating when throwing to him through the first 2 games. He stepped up and was really good in coverage today, at least from my vantage point. Of course, produced the takeaway, which is huge. That was a great momentum shift early in the game. Had a couple of nice plays. Nearly had a pick. Maybe you could say he should have had a pick 6, but when you win by 17 points, you're not going to complain about that. But that would have been crazy to see him go and pick off Dak Prescott for a score. But he did his job. The receiving game just was not there for Dallas, at least in the effective way that you'd think so. Dak got to 250 passing yards because he threw the ball 40 times. Of course, Jake Ferguson being the reliable option. George Pickens had a pretty nice day. I have not mentioned it yet, but I will mention it now. The CeeDee Lamb injury sucks. Shouldn't be wishing injury on players, but you cannot deny the fact that CeeDee Lamb got hurt, and with him getting hurt, that really hindered this Dallas offense. They still have options, but without the game-changing nature that CeeDee Lamb has, for the entirety of the game, he had 1 rush. He got hurt on the rush on his first touch of the ball game. Didn't record a catch, nothing. It's hard. And Pickens was fine. 5 catches. Had that really nice one-handed touchdown. I'll give him that one for sure. No second half points for the Cowboys. Defense really stiffened up. Forced Dak to throw 2 picks. Both snagged by Tremaine Edmonds, who's got a lot of pressure on him. Again, he's one of those several defensive players that is getting paid a lot of money, but has not seen the type of production that we'd like to see from that type of money. But a day like this for Tremaine Edmonds is certainly going to help. 2 interceptions and a couple of nice tackles. Look at the defense stats. Tremaine Edmonds, again, leading the defensive numbers in tackles. 15 total tackles with 6 solo. Got to give another shout out to Noah Sewell. He has done a really good job filling in for TJ Edwards. I got to give a lot of credit to that guy because I was really nervous about losing TJ Edwards. I liked Noah Sewell as the 3rd option, but I was not exactly sure I'd show up in a starting role, but he's come up to the task. And another thing here, right? Tremaine Edmonds leads the team in tackles, had 6 solos, tied for the lead in pass defense. 2 of them. Had 2 pass defense in this game. 2 pass breakups, whatever you want to call it. Same thing with Tyreek Stevenson. Only had 3 tackles, but 2 pass defenses. For cornerbacks, not recording a lot of stats is a good thing, right? Couple tackles when you got to make a play after a guy makes a catch or whatever, but like seeing 2 pass defense, that's good for a corner, and you'll take that. But pretty much nothing from some of these guys is fine in the secondary. Seeing Grady Jarrett have nothing but 1 QB hit, that's a little startling. I mean, he did get a lot of reps, so was not sure about that. But Dominique Robinson got a sack, and finally, Montez Sweat gets back in the sack category, and he picked up a TFL as well. Like, that was big. The sack was important in a good time. Man, we needed Sweat to come through and get to the quarterback. Just has not been his year. It wasn't his year last year. We're paying him a lot of money. He's got to get to the quarterback a little bit more, and 2 sacks is going to be okay. I'd like to see a little bit more pressure on the quarterback, but that's fine. I mean, he got 2 QB hits as well. Sweat didn't have a bad game, in my opinion. I thought he played fine. Put some pressure on Dak, you could tell. He wasn't getting home because Dak is smart. He's an experienced quarterback and is getting the ball out of his hands. And he can sense the pressure, but Sweat was making Dak feel some sort of pressure. Was glad to see that. Dio Dengbo, on the other hand, wasn't nearly as much of a presence, at least from my standpoint. I mean, 4 total tackles, only 1 solo with the 1 QB hit. So, fine. Again, you're more willing. Isn't it kind of funny how you're more willing to take a look at these like stats and then overlook and kind of almost just, ignore maybe a lackluster performance from 1 or 2 players when you win? Isn't that just kind of nice sometimes when you're like, okay, well, I got to see more from this person because they lost, or this person did a great job despite the loss. Like, it's not like that anymore. I'm glad that we're here talking about it like that, because, man, they've had a lot of losing recently. Outside of the miracle win against the Packers Week 18, this is their first win in the regular season in close to a calendar year. So, man, this one feels really good. I like what I saw defensively. Byard with a couple nice plays. Nick McLeod, despite letting up some plays in the slot, couple nice tackles. There's 1 tackle, I forget exactly when in the game. He did make a first down saving tackle. But overall, despite the injuries, especially in the secondary, the defense held their own. Dallas with 121 rushing yards. Javonte Williams did pretty well. 10 rushes for 76 yards. It's not great, but again, they did force the fumble from Williams. The Bears' defense was bending, but they did not break in this game, and I think that was really important. Dennis Allen should get a lot of credit for the performance his defense put out because they played very, very well, at least in my opinion. But again, this is just specifically box score. Anyways, there's some like sweeping notes. Just looking at the box score. Good to see Jack Sanborn out there and doing some things. I miss him a little bit. Reddy Stewart, I didn't even know he was with the Cowboys until he blew up that run in like the second play from scrimmage when Swift ran right into him. And I was like, oh, great. The guy that was a standout in that preseason last season didn't see a lot of playing time for the Bears last year, but made a play or 2 when he was out there. He's playing there. Good for him. But yeah, looking at things, happy to say the Bears absolutely cooked that fraud of a head coach, Matt Eberflus. They absolutely torched his defense. Oh, this is definitely for the press conference. We want to watch maybe? And we're kind of joining a little late. I'm not going to worry about that. Ben's talking right now. We can go back and watch it later. Let's see. Here we go. The big play that a lot of people are going to be replaying, showing, talking about all day long. I even retweeted this. Oh my God. Sorry, reading the first response from good old Cream Sleeve. Any of you Bears Twitter users have seen Cream Sleeve. But let's just enjoy watching the flea flicker. Oh, the trickery. Oh, man, that was special. Luther Love to see it, young man. His first tutty in the NFL. Welcome to the show, Luther Burden. My voice is starting to slip already. I lost my mind with that. But this was unbelievable. This was right after, I think just Dallas punted. That's what it was. Let's check the play-by-play real quick. No, they just scored a field goal. So it's 7-3. And all of a sudden, after the Bears take a knee in the end zone, I think it was Duvernay who handled that. They start at the 35. They're like, why not? DeAndre Swift. I gotta admit, that ball sat up there way too long. It was not a great toss. But again, you look past it because guess what? That ball was launched from the 22. His own 22-yard line. And it is caught by Burden at the opposite 20. It's a 62-yard pass. Actually, yeah, 62-yard pass, man. That there I liked a couple of tweets here. Adam Rank, we're talking about this. We can talk and dance upon the fact the Packers played 56 minutes of shutout football, only to end up losing in regulation. I mean, that is ridiculous. You got to be embarrassed if you're Green Bay with that loss. Let's see. Obviously, the Rome touchdown again. Another angle of the flea flicker. Again, like, you could tell Swift was probably running in the back of Tooney a little bit. Floated up there, but, like, pretty much flat-footed. He didn't even, like, step into it. And that's what Tom Brady was saying. Pretty much flat-footed, a 60-yard piss missile to Luther Burden. Let's see. Oh, yeah, and there's this. Indiana Jones and the quest for a winning season. That's a good poster. Yeah, here it is. This is what I was looking for. Caleb Williams' 65-yard touchdown pass was traveled 62 air yards, the longest completion in the league this season. After the second play, I thought Colston Loveland was in for a big day. The unfortunate thing is he got hurt. I didn't know it, but I was looking at it at halftime, and I saw the Bears PR account or whatever say he was questionable to return with a hip injury, but regardless, one catch, 31 yards. Love to see it. But, yeah. I mean, yeah, great job. I mean, this was amazing. I was going to watch this later. I'm probably going to watch the whole breakdown because I was kind of just still, like, running around and losing my mind a little bit while after the flea flicker. So I got to go back and watch Brady talk about and gush about how great this play was for 2 minutes. 2.5. Well, 2 minutes more so. So, if this thing can go into Vegas next week and win 2-2, that would be amazing. Absolutely. And they, frankly, have a very good chance to do so. Well, let's be honest. They looked really uninspired at Washington today. They got beat by 3 scores. They didn't look very good, so, yeah. Yeah, it's around this time that I saw a lot of posts about the CBS studio, what they've been doing for the 50th anniversary. And then, of course, to cap off the half, I got to stop maximizing. I do not have the full window just showing. It's cropped. But getting involved, Cole Kmet's wide open, good throw, 2 feet in, wide open, bang, that's a touchdown. Kevin Burkhardt being the top guy in Fox was such a great replacement when Joe Buck left. He was the right guy to do it. He was already the 2 guy right after anyways. So I thought it was the right move. He's been really good. And frankly, for me, he's, at least to my knowledge, he's still like on the younger side. Hang on. How old is he? Oh, he's born in 70. Okay, so he's at 51. He's 51. But still, I think he's probably at a good age to be, you know, I guess it's prime, right? Yeah, this was a good one. Oh, yeah, and then right around halftime was when a lot of people were talking about, because the Mets had just lost, Cubs had just lost to the Reds again, so, you know, Mets are no longer in a playoff position. They've been holding a playoff position since April 5th, and now the Reds have their tiebreaker. They're out of the playoffs at the season ended today. That's just ridiculous. Yeah, no, I feel bad here. This is another good one. Like, this is so cool. Aaron Glenn is so pumped after the blocked kick. And it's going to go in vain because they end up losing still. Like, damn, man. But yeah, got to see a Cole Kmet home run today. And you look at this. Caleb Williams at halftime. 10 of 16, 239 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I mean, that you can't ask for much more in the first half. I know he didn't get to 300 yards in the second half, but he didn't need to. Do I feel confident against the Padres? I think this team just can't get behind with the Padres pen. I think it's going to be a really tight one. I like the Padres, and again, I don't know if I've made it specifically abundantly clear over the years. I do live in the San Diego area, so like the Padres kind of almost are my second team. This is a perfect example. I got my Cubs hat here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to close this for a moment. Got a Cubs hat, but I also have a Padres hat. So, like, I kind of support both teams. Cubs my ride or die. But if they ain't winning or they're not in the playoffs, this is who I'm at. This is what I'm going for. Plus, it gives me another better reason to hate the LA Dodgers. All right? Beat LA. I would much rather have an opportunity to beat LA in the playoffs, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Let's see. Where's the standings? Yeah, Dodgers up by 3 games. It's not looking great. Did they lose today? Yeah, the Dodgers still lost today at least, so that helps. But the Padres got to play the Brewers, and then the Dodgers get the Diamondbacks. Padres then get the Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers have the Mariners to end the year. So, like, I don't know. I agree. Cade Orton should probably be the game 1 starter. I feel pretty good about the team as a whole. I think that they can get, and I think the big thing is they're at home. I think they can get 2 of 3 against the Padres. They've done really good at home, you know, in series this year, getting at least 2 wins. But obviously it's different when the stakes are heightened for the playoffs. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting next week and a half here, because I'll let you guys know right now, and I'll make a community post about this later for anyone who's not watching the stream. I will not be doing a live reaction next week. I'm actually out of town next week when they play the Raiders, so I will not be doing a live stream. We're not gonna be here next week, because I got a wedding to go to, so I'm gonna be out and about. I'll be watching the game because the wedding's on Saturday, so I'll be hanging around on Sunday, but I will not be here to do that. And that of course translates well. The standard reaction video that that you guys come to expect from me will not come out until probably the next Monday when I get home from that trip. So, I got to be better at putting maybe a short or 2 together. And I think that's probably a good opportunity to just put some shorts together and put them up for you guys to give you at least something to take before I get home and give you the reaction video. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's continue talking about the Bears. Man, that first half was amazing. And I think the impressive part about this, the efficiency. You can talk about completion percentage. Okay, completion percentage is not great, 10 of 16. But he completed 10 passes for 239 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half. Have we ever seen a Bears quarterback do something like that before? Like, that was insane. Infante, great guy. If you don't follow him on Twitter, you should absolutely. Biggest standouts, agree. Caleb, Luther, Rome, Tyreek, Noah, Ben, and of course, Matt Eberflus, the bum that he is, helping us out here. Tyreek Stevenson played great. I really liked what I saw from Tyreek Stevenson. He, after a rough first 2 weeks, really made up for it and rebounded. And of course, we can talk about stuff, but he was not able to rebound after the debacle last year. He was benched to start the next game against Arizona after the Hail Mary, and he just wasn't the same. You could tell his confidence was shot because I can understand it, because it feels like the coaching staff had quit on him by almost punishing him instead of kind of trying to rally him and help him out. Kind of almost like, despite him playing, right, off to a rough start this year, made up for, had a really nice game. Could have had a pick six, but again, with them winning by 3 scores, not going to have a, problem. Off tally, the Hawks might lose 10-0 to Florida. I don't think 10-0, but they will lose the season opener. What is it with the Chicago Blackhawks having to go on the road to play a team that is just a wagon right out of the year? When can the Hawks open the season at home? Like, seriously, they opened the season on the road against the Avs in 2021, then did again the next year after they won the Cup. 2022, and then 2023 when they won the Cup. Or no, wait. I'm so confused. Hang on. I'm getting it all wrong. Hang on. I gotta fact check myself here. Give me a second. I'm stumbling. Oh my gosh. Where's my NHL stuff? Here we go. And opened the 2021-2022 season. They opened at Colorado. The Avs then won the Cup, and they opened 2022-23 at Colorado. 2023-2024, they opened the season at Pittsburgh. And then 2024-2025, they opened the season at Utah in their first ever game. And then 2025-2026, they're opening the season at Florida. Can they get a home game to open the season, please? And their first game's always nationally televised, too. It's not like it's just, all right, first game of the year. It's not, not on the opening Wednesday, but on like the opening Thursday or whatever. And it's one of like 3 or 4 or like 5 or 6 games that are being played that day. And they're playing at home against Minnesota. Or they're playing at home against, let's see, what's a good team to, they're playing at home against like Columbus. They're playing at home against Washington, right? Like, nothing crazy right out the gate, but, at least can they get a home game, please? Ryan Donato gives me Alex DeBrincat. I miss Alex DeBrincat so much. I was so ready for when the inevitable time to come where Patrick Kane was going to leave. I was so hell-bent on getting Alex DeBrincat jersey as my next Hawks jersey. Obviously, that doesn't happen, and now he plays for the Red Wings, which is his childhood team, but I don't know. It's whatever. But I got a Bedard jersey now, so that's cool. Yeah. I would say I'm excited for the Hawks, but I want to see the young guys. Though my next Hawk jersey, whenever that day might be, it might be a while, but I would love for it to be Frank Nazar if he turns into a star, dude. I like that guy. Anyways, back to the Bears. Caleb has 7 touchdowns and 1 pick through his first 2.5 games of the year. Now has 8 touchdowns to just 1 interception through his first 3 games this year. I know the team's 1-2, but it's pretty good. Yeah. Here's another thing. Can we talk about my guy, Roma Dunze? Whenever the day comes of me getting another Bears jersey, it's Rome. It's going to be Rome. I have my Caleb Williams shirt jersey that I can use, but if I'm getting another one of these bad boys, it is 100% going to be Rome. That guy is a stud right now, and I think he's just so fun to watch in just like all facets. I watched his mic'd up segment. He was awesome. Him in the training camp and him and Caleb have great chemistry, and it shows on the football field. George Pickens, man. I'm honestly surprised after he dropped that football. I'm honestly really surprised he didn't go and try out and throw a punch to Tyreek Stevenson or Jaquan Brisker. I'm honestly really surprised he didn't try and go throw a punch and get a cheap shot at it because he's pissed at himself to take it down on someone else. But no, he decided to have a tantrum on the sideline instead. But yeah. Oh. This screenshot's amazing. Of Zacchaeus. Oh yeah. Anyone in the Chicago area, I gotta let you know right now, if you're not following, the Wiener Circle just posted, if Caleb Williams throws for 4 touchdowns on Sunday, we're giving away free hot dogs on Tuesday. I cannot participate, but if you live in the Chicago area, you can. Wieners on the line. Free dogs. Tuesday. Be there. But yeah. Now, this is hilarious. After the touchdown to Moore, what is Zacchaeus doing? How in the... This is hilarious. Moore's just what the hell? He just looks over what? Zacchaeus is happier for Moore than Moore's probably happy they made that touchdown catch. Yeah. And yeah, finally, Matt Eberflus is developing Caleb Williams, guys. That was huge. That was awesome. I had a great time watching that game. But, yeah. People have talked about Caleb's actions on the bench. I don't think it says a lot, but for the people who continue to think that this says a lot about his character, people who really think that something like this is going to change the relationship, and if that maybe him and DJ Moore hadn't had a bad relationship, I don't know. I'm not gonna. Love seeing this, but yeah, I think it's really funny how we go back to this moment. I'm just basically scrolling through my tweets throughout the game and taking a look and talking about it and using that as the basis for some discussion here. But just you think about it, C.J. Stroud's career has taken a nosedive after he basically tried to tell Caleb Williams how to be a quarterback almost. It's crazy. But yeah, oh yeah. Speaking of that 19-play touchdown drive, 11-yard run, incomplete. 12-yard pass, 9-yard pass. And then look at this stretch. We talk about how awesome Ben Johnson is in the passing game. But they commitment to the run game, to bleed clock. I mean, they were great to in the first half. They were great with the explosive plays, the flea flicker, the third down touchdown to Odunze. It was awesome to watch. They didn't have the ball for too long. They were pretty dominant. Dallas had the ball for a significantly longer time than Chicago did in the first half. But on the opening drive of the second half, to bleed 10 minutes of clock, gotta say, I was super, super impressed and very happy to see. And big thanks to this long stretch of runs. And then you got 3 passing plays, which capped off with the 4th and goal, 4-yard touchdown pass to DJ Moore. But that was awesome. I think to me, even though the offense didn't have to do too much after that, that was what put it away. Because Dallas was threatening right after. It wasn't too crazy. Let's take a look here at the play-by-play drive chart. Yeah, it literally took up the entirety of the third quarter. 9 minutes, 54 seconds, and a touchdown. And then it was, I was like, okay, They're going into the fourth quarter with a 17-point lead. Signs show they should win this game. But as the Bears were talking about, we're all scarred from seeing this team take 3 score leads in the second half and squander them. Nothing changes. I felt much more comfortable after Tremaine Edmonds picked off Dak Prescott after, again, Vinny, you said it, George Pickens had it pop right out of his hands for easy pickings for Tremaine Edmonds. And then it was a punt on a couple, just burn some clock. And then the Cowboys get down in the end zone on 4th and goal. Edmonds with another great play. Picks off Prescott again, and that seals the deal. The Bears went 3 and out, I know, but again, it was pretty much a forfeit right after because they put Joe Milton out there, and he ended up throwing a pick as well. Kevin Byard getting his second pick in the Bears uni, and that was it, man. Let's see. 19-play touchdown drives, the longest for the Bears. So, top replies, Randy Marsh. That's good. Big cojones. Longest drive for the Bears since at least 2001. Now, again, clarification, they had a 19-play drive versus Baltimore in 2009 that resulted in a turnover on downs. But that's the longest touchdown drive the Bears have led in 2 decades. In my lifetime, DJ Moore got a touchdown. Roma Dunze got a touchdown. Luther Burden got a touchdown. Cole Kmet got a touchdown. Can't believe this is my life. And then, yeah, of course, here. This angle, the flea flicker is just, again, flat foot, chucks it. Bang. Look at the way the crowd pops a little bit there. You see everyone start to stand up with the flea flicker when it goes back. You can see people starting to stand up here as he aims to just chuck it. Everyone's standing up. Arms go up in the air. Great crowd pop. Man, what a throw. What a game. God, that was so much fun. That was so much fun, guys. Holy cow. But yeah, give me some more of you guys' thoughts. Where are we, how are we feeling? Anyways, give me a second real quick while you guys get those thoughts together. All right. Yeah, that was so much fun, guys. Holy cow. Guess we'll take a look through here a little bit. I see another tweet here. This was Caleb Williams' first career game without being sacked. Second game this century by a Bears quarterback with 4 pass touchdowns, 0 turnovers, and 0 sacks. The other was by Rex Grossman, everyone's favorite legendary Bears quarterback. Wow. That was special. I mean, this one felt great. Oh, let me grab some water here. Another one. I know I'm relying a lot on Twitter right now, but this is how I'm fueling my discussion right now. Again, through 3 games, I know the Bears are 1-2. I know they're 1-2. 63% completion. Not bad, but not great. 715 passing yards, which, let me do the quick, easy math real quick. 238 passing yards per game right now. 7 touchdowns, 1 pick, 107 passer rating with 16 carries, 97 yards, and a rushing TD. I like to think that's pretty good. Man. Keeps up that pace. You go 238 yards per game for 17 games. That's over 4,000 yards, guys. He's on pace to be the first ever 4,000-yard passer in Bears history if he keeps up 238 yards per game. Because that was awesome. Actually, here's a good thing. I'm going to unmute the desktop here. Let's all together. I gotta change my output source real quick. It's still my headphones. My headphones are on the ground.
They take full advantage. Bashal.
All right. Forget it, ESPN. All right, together. Let's watch this baby talk to Tom Rinaldi. I'm gonna go full screen. Whatever. We'll keep it out. I'll just do this. We'll crop it down here. All right. Let me turn it up a little bit.
If that's not a career day, Caleb, I don't know what one looks like. 4 touchdown passes, 4 different receivers. What clicked?
Yeah, I think it's, I honestly think it's our hard work that we've been putting in as a group, as a collective, offense, defense, special teams. We know what we need to do. We just got to go out there and execute. And that's something we did today. I think defense had 4 turnovers. Offense, we had a bunch of touchdowns. And, special teams, they did their job with holding number 9 to, a super explosive player and things like that. So, everybody just doing their job, and we all clicked at one time.
I have to ask you about the flea flicker.
Yep.
When it was tossed back to you, it seemed like it was in the air for 10 seconds till it reached you.
Yep.
What was going through your mind as you're waiting to catch that, then release it downfield?
All week, I underthrew Luther all week. And so it was just understanding, just be able to get the ball out. I told Luther, just keep running. You won't outrun me in the game, and we did just that. It was fun.
We had our cameras on your head coach. We're not sure we spied a smile the entire game. What will you share with him in the locker room here, his first win as a head coach?
Yeah, obviously, we left a lot of points on the board, offense, defense, and so obviously he's going to be how he is about that. But I think it's a great win. Obviously, they're such a great team, explosive offense, and a bunch of great players on the defense, and obviously their special teams. So it's a great win for us. It's a start. The focus, like I said last week, is just going 1-0 each week, and we did that this week. And we're going to move on. We're going to enjoy in the locker room and go party in the locker room. But other than that, we'll move on. We've got about 24 hours.
Appreciate you. Thanks for the time, Ken.
Thank you. Pleasure. The Bears.
The Bears. Love that. That's my quarterback. We're going to do this. I think it's actually better. More structured, but Rom. He's getting in. Love that. Yeah, guys. This was so much fun. Hey, Ben Johnson with a smile. Oh yeah, actually, I totally should bring it back down. Ben Johnson with a smile. His first win as a head coach. Let's go, man. Congrats on the win. I'm a Cowboys fan, sadly, but Caleb outplayed our whole offense today, and our defense just sad. Bears deserve the win. We're just a bad team. Look. There's one reason why you guys lost this football game. Matt Eberflus is your defensive coordinator. If I know anything, that guy does not know how to call a defense. Well, more so, he doesn't bring a lot of pressure. And it shows because, again, this is the first game ever for Caleb Williams where he did not get sacked. Matty Eberflus does not bring a lot of pressure. He trusts a lot in his linebackers and in the secondary. And so when his secondary is a bit banged up, no Deron Bland, Trayvon Diggs did not have a great day, he gets burnt. And the thing with Caleb is that he took advantage of things. There have been a lot of times throughout his career so far where he's given these opportunities, has not converted. He converted on pretty much everything. A couple missed throws, whatever, right? But you look past it because they won by 17 points. But man, that one sucks. But you know, you guys went and got a win last week. Brandon Aubrey's the real deal. Dak can do what he can. Jake Ferguson had a good game. I wouldn't put that on him at all. 13 catches. He was a reliable option when they needed him. But yeah. And we're all Cowboy fans in Chicago next week when you guys got Green Bay. All right? Go out and get some revenge against Micah. I mean, the Packers just lost to Cleveland. They just lost to Cleveland. You guys hopefully can get something good going. But I also don't want to get your hopes up because Matty Eberflus, the only Bears head coach in history to never beat the Packers, Matt LaFleur knows by experience how to absolutely decimate Matt Eberflus-led defenses. So it's going to be a long game. If you guys end up finding a way to win that game, I'm going to laugh so hard, but I will be rooting for you guys next week. But yeah. I know, I gotta, one of my better friends online is, Cowboy fan. Been a long season already. I get it. So, yeah. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. Good luck to you guys. Hey, good luck to you guys for the rest of the year. Hey, it's week 3. We're not playing anyone, you guys anymore. Game's over. Game's set. We're all good. We're all square. Good luck to you guys for the rest of the year. And we hope you end up going 3-0 against the rest of the NFC North. You know, it's going to be really hard to do so, but, wish you guys some luck to do so. I mean, and that's what thing that sucks. I'm also thinking about it. Your other 3 games against the NFC North are all in prime time. Yikes. Got the Packers next week. You got the Lions on Thursday night after Thanksgiving, and then you got the Vikings the very next week on Sunday night. Oof. You're welcome. I mean, good luck to you guys. It's going to be a long year. I mean, what? You got the Packers next week, and then it's the Jets. That's a nice tune-up game. I mean, after you get through this game against the Packers, the next 2 games are against the Jets and the Panthers. 2 games that you guys can totally end up winning before you play Washington. So, I mean, you can get those 2 wins and get to 3-2. Or, well, 3-3 if you lose next week to Green Bay. It's not necessarily over, but you're still in the mix. So, I wouldn't say the season's over. It's 3 games. You've got a win in your first 3 games, which you avoid the death sentence in the 21st century of 0-3 teams making the playoffs. So, there is something to be said that at least that's not going to be the case this time around. Yeah, but you avoided the death sentence of the 0-3 start, so yeah. Yeah. Anyways, if anyone has any more final talking points, things you want to mention, they just showed the chats, whatever. Go ahead and let me know. Otherwise, we can all get out of here. Or, well, I'll even get out of here. All in the stream. We had some good conversation here. I'll get my reaction video recorded and uploaded as fast as I can, and you guys can go ahead and watch that tomorrow, whenever. But yeah, let's see a couple more. See if there's anything else here that's like standing out to me. I mean, I don't know if I really mentioned the fact that, again, the defense forced 4 takeaways. That's really nice to see out of this team that just was gashed and destroyed last week. It was hung 50 points. Very happy to move on from that game. And I think it's important to appreciate the resilience this team showed after laying an egg like that, to come back and play well and go out and win by 3 scores the next week is really nice. And I got to say, I'm really, really proud of what this team showcased today. But again, a long way to go. It's win 1. Caleb said it. 1-0 each week. Got to go 1-0 each week. They got the Raiders next week, who did not look great. I mean, we can totally look up. Sunday Night Football's underway. If y'all want to go ahead and check that out, more than welcome to. I mean, looking at it here, Gino did throw for almost 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, no picks. Was sacked a good amount, though. So we'll see. But that defense allowed Marcus Mariota to do what he could. Leaned on the rushing offense. Over 200 yards for Washington. Might be interesting. We'll see. We'll see. Any turnovers here? No. Not really. Yeah. Oh, that's something there or whatever. Anyways, looks like we're all good here. Thank you all for stopping by, checking out the stream, saying hi, celebrating the first Bears win of the season. Bear down. I will not, again, to reiterate, I will not be here next week for the Raiders game. I'm out of town. I will not be live streaming after that game. I might put together a short or two, an immediate reaction to the game. But other than that, I don't got anything to else to add. Traditional reaction videos should be out on Monday next week. I'll make another community post again, but just want to make sure that that is clear. And then we'll be back for a live reaction after Monday night against the Washington Commanders in 3 weeks at this point, which is crazy to think about. Because next week, and yeah, then they got the 3 weeks. 3 weeks from now. Anyways, thank you very much. Hope you have a good day. And I will see you all later.